Hello, everyone. Blind Metal Gamer here, and it's now time for another podcast. Welcome back. It is now time for season 4 of The Blind Side, and to kick it off, tonight's episode is going to be: Is Mortal Kombat 12 the next game in Netherrealm's development cycle? Now, the rumor and speculation that's going around is that it will be. The rumor is that where NetherRealm was supposed, or where WB Games was going to be sold, NetherRealm was going to be sold with it. And if WB Games gets sold to another property and NetherRealm gets split off into another thing, then they won't have the license to the DC characters anymore. So they will not be able to make, or would not be able to make Injustice 3. Now, if this rumor is indeed correct, and they do end up doing Mortal Kombat 12 simply based on the fact that it will sell well, then I'm going to be shocked because I'm used to the um, way they do things now, Mortal Kombat, Injustice. Now, what would be interesting is if this Marvel game is rumored to be true, that would mean we would get Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and then the Marvel game. Now, this Marvel game, I could go into a whole soapbox on that on my own thing. As far as what it could be, but this isn't about that. This is about what would or could MK12 be next. Um, Based on the events of this summer, it very well could be. They might want to play it safe, they being the NRS, and that they want to make a game with characters and properties they already own. Now, Warner Brothers bought Mortal Kombat when they bought up Midway in 2009 after Midway filed for bankruptcy after the release of Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe in 2008. So, again, it's just we're just gonna have to wait and see how all this plays out. And NetherRealm has been quiet as far as what's going to be next. What the next game is going to be, and I don't blame them because again, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. That's what killed off the support for MK11, but again, that's another topic for another time. Um, as for this whole MK12 thing, if it is the truth and if it is to be revealed, I hope that they bring in some new features, some very good features for not only gameplay but on the accessibility side as well. Because as you know, I not only love good games, I stream games over on Twitch and YouTube, but I also will talk to developers and say, hey, via Twitter, hey, can you make this game accessible? What features are in this game, etc. Um, and so if they do make MK12 or whatever they make, I hope that NRS makes the game as accessible as possible to new, not only to new players, but to players with disabilities. Like, for example, let's say just in a hypothetical situation that Mortal Kombat 12 is the next game. Let's say Mortal Kombat 12 is next, and it's revealed and all this. Oh my god, everybody goes nuts, including yours truly. And then everybody just goes insane, and then the game comes out. As for accessibility features, one thing I would love to see, if this is the case, those easy fatality tokens you have to get to do an easy fatality, make that an accessibility feature. If we get Mortal Kombat 12, and then if this could apply to whatever they're working on, it could be MK, DC, whatever. Make the menu narration better. It was good in Mortal Kombat 11 for a starting point, but if they would make it better and get that menu narrator in there in all aspects of the game, whatever it is, it would be great because then it would help players with low vision, players with no vision to navigate that game, whatever it is. Now, going back to Mortal Kombat 12, if they do end up doing the MK12 route and they stick to the canon of the Fire God Liu Kang ending, I think it would be great because we could see the Great Kung Lao. We could get that prequel we've always wanted. I know a long time ago they were going to do a prequel called Mortal Kombat Zero, and it was going to be a prequel to the entire series. I would love to see a prequel if MK12 is next. But I'm going to be honest here, and I know I'm going to burst a lot of your bubbles about saying, oh, Mortal Kombat 12 is next, Mortal Kombat 12 is next. That hadn't been confirmed. Okay? Nothing I'm talking about is confirmed. This is purely speculation and pure rumor at this point and hearsay. So don't say, oh, Blind Metal Gamer said it, so it's confirmed. It's not confirmed, and it won't be confirmed until this said project is revealed. Um, I'm just saying based on the speculation of what if MK12 is next. So if MK12 is next, I'm hoping it's a prequel. I hope it's the prequel we've always been wanting, because that would be just so dope and so epic. Getting that whole concept of uh, the prequel and just seeing how the things came to be with the Titans and all that would be cool. Now, if we get, let's say we get an Injustice 3, just again hypothetical situation. If we get Injustice 3 to end off the trilogy, I hope that they give us that dark M-rated game that we've always wanted from Injustice. I mean, I know it can be done because the DC comics and even Marvel comics are getting a lot darker now and a lot more monotone and a lot more gritty and real. So make that a part of, make that grittiness and darkness a part of the Injustice 3, Now, if we get a Marvel game, let's say we get that Marvel fighting game. I could see that being a T-rated game because, like Injustice, they're probably going to stick to T because they want to make it for everyone. But, if, I mean, if we do get Marvel, I mean, I'll be happy with whatever we get. Don't get me wrong, I'll support it. And I'll buy it and stream it and, all that for you guys. Now, if we do get a Marvel game, I'm just going to give you my picks for what I think the roster would be for each. I'm going to start with Marvel. For Marvel, I would see Blade, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Deacon Frost. Let's see. The Fantastic Four, all four of them. I could see Iron Man, Captain America. I could envision as far as the villains. I've already mentioned Deacon Frost. We could have, let's see, Fin Fang Foom, Doctor Strange. Let's see. I'm not familiar with the Marvel lore. The Kingpin would be cool. We could have Venom. We could have Spider-Man. We could have, let's see, as far as Marvel villains. I'm trying to think of good villains for the Marvel, if we did get a Marvel fighting game. We could get Galactus. That would be awesome. The X-Men. We could get Magneto. We could get there's so many possibilities. It's just mind-boggling. Then if we get Injustice 3, I could see the roster being Batman, Superman. I could see Ares returning from Injustice 1. I could see Doomsday coming back. I could see Wonder Woman coming back, of course. Or no, wait, drop Wonder Woman and replace her with Catwoman and Starfire being a part of the main roster. I could see, let's see, the Teen Titans as being in there. Beast Boy and whoever the other Teen Titans are. I don't keep up with it, so I don't know. Then as for villains, Lex Luthor could come back. We could get Brainiac as a playable character from the start. We could get the Joker. Obviously, we would get Batman as a hero. We could get, which I've already mentioned, Doomsday. We could get Ra's Shaul. We could get, I'm trying to think here again, because I don't read comics, all them. I don't read comics at all. Solomon Grundy could come back. Swamp Thing could make a return. That would be epic. Swamp Thing versus Solomon Grundy. Oh my god! And just the possibilities are endless. So again, this is all speculation. Now, if we did get Mortal Kombat 12, I could see the roster consisting of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Fire, Liu Kang, the Great Kung Lao, um, whoever Johnny Cage's ancestor is, Son is basically all their ancestors from like pre MK1. And then as for features universal across all three titles, it could be happening. Because again, we don't know. This is only speculation. I would love to see Creative Fighter come back. Create an arena be added. You could create your own arena for your fighter. If the games had finishing moves, put the finishing move creator as part of the creator character suite because the MK Armageddon's creative fatality mode sucked. It wasn't worth the crap. It was just, I didn't like it. Um, and let's see, of course, online play with rollback, cross play in all modes, including ranked. You got to have that. And then let's see, we could have um, we could have all that, and then we could have just a whole bunch of things that we could that they could do. Again, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, this is only speculation. But if we get MK12, I'll be happy. If we get Injustice 3, I'll be happy. If we get a Marvel game, I'll be really happy to see how that would play out. Now, if we got more, let's flip the script a little bit. Let's say they totally pull a swerve on us. Let's say that they're building it up. Oh yeah, Marvel vs. Mortal Kombat or Injustice 3. Let's say they're building up all these teas, right? They're teasing us. Ed Boon's teasing us. And let's say hypothetically the Game Awards. Let's say it's going to drop at the Game Awards, just as his example. And the Ed Boon walks out, and they play the trailer. Let's say it's a crossover between Mortal Kombat versus Injustice, or Marvel versus Injustice, or maybe even Marvel versus MK. You know how dope and sick that would be? That would be so epic. I would love it. Because then you have an endless plethora of creative platforms to use. Because you could have Marvel guys against DC guys, and add MK into the mix. It would be insane. But I could easily see a Mortal Kombat versus Injustice, or a Mortal Kombat versus Marvel, or Marvel versus Injustice. If they did Marvel versus Injustice, I would lose my mind. I mean, because I could just see that roster would be so insane. And it would be the Marvel roster I talked about plus the DC roster. Oh, God. Don't get me started on that. Oh, Lord. I would have to bring a guest on for that bad boy because that would be just so nutty and so sick that I could just see that being the impotence of maybe a new franchise. Because I know MK versus DC was good, but it was frowned upon. And here's why it was frowned upon, in my personal opinion, as a gamer of who's been a gamer my whole childhood life and through my adult life. MK versus DC, they toned it down. But when they toned it down, they did so in such a way that was so condemning to MK fans. But yet at the same time, your DC fans were like, oh my God, he toned our content down. There's Mortal Kombat characters in there, and it don't fit. Now, if they did MK versus Injustice, the gameplay would be pretty awesome. Now, as for it getting a T rating, it would probably have to get rated T for teen, but I can live with that as long as it's done right. I could totally live with a T-rated game from the NRS because I've played, both Injustices and all the Mortal Kombats, up to what we have now, which is 11. Now, I'm going to say right now, let's say again, it's the Game Awards when they do this big reveal, and let's say it's a new Mortal Kombat adventure game. Let's say they do another adventure game in the Mortal Kombat universe. Let's say we've already had Sub-Zero, we've already had Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Let's say they chose to do that Fire and Ice sequel. they could do two totally different story modes. That we could have a retelling of Sub-Zero's with proper 3D graphics, proper gameplay, etc. They could use the combat system from Shaolin Monks, which was fire, by the way. And, we could get, the new Sub-Zero story origin, and then we could have a playthrough for Scorpion. Get his. That would be so insane. And then maybe have characters to unlock more than just two. Just give us a whole roster of like maybe 15 to 20 guys to play as. And, let them go through the campaign and give them their own little origin stories. That would be so insane. I would so pre-order that in a heartbeat. And have that be on next-gen systems, PS5 and Xbox Series X. Oh my God. It's just totally insane what they could do. I mean, I guarantee you whatever they come out with, based on speculation and based on the trends that they're doing, they're probably going to make whatever they're coming out with a next-gen game. So it probably won't be on the PS4 and Xbox One, which will disappoint a lot of people. But, with the next-gen systems, they can do a lot more with them. With the SSDs, the processing power, the faster load times, etc. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to kind of end it with this. We'll have to just wait and see what they have coming up next in their wheelhouse and see what they have coming up either at DC Fandom in October or the Game Awards in December. So, with that being said, I hope everybody enjoys this podcast, Season 4, Episode 1 of the Blindside Podcast. The next time that I do a podcast with a guest, it will be streamed over on Twitch, at twitch.tv/blindmotogamer. And I'll be having Kyra Super Saiyan along with a surprise guest who is in the game industry. And the theme of the podcast will be, when I have a episode with her, accessibility in gaming. So just keep that in mind. So, in conclusion, I would like to say, I hope everybody enjoys this podcast. Be sure to follow on Spotify so you will not miss a single episode. You can also follow on Anchor, Google, Radio Public, TuneIn Radio. It's basically everywhere. This podcast is available everywhere that you consume podcasts, with the exclusion of Apple. I haven't gotten on Apple yet. So everywhere other than Apple, you can watch or listen to this podcast and follow it and enjoy it. Until next time, I've been your host, Blind Moto Gamer, saying so long, everyone, and peace out.